Hello everybody, welcome to this presentation. I am Dr. Ana Cristina La Huerta. I come from the University of Oviedo in the north of Spain. And the title of my presentation is Conjunctions in the English Essay Writing of Spanish English as a Foreign Language Learners. I hope you enjoy this presentation. This study is intended to analyze conjunction and conjunction errors in argumentative essays written by third year and fourth year secondary education Spanish learners and to examine the correlation between their frequency of use and writing quality. This presentation is divided into the following sections. I will begin with the aims of the study, explaining the main objectives of this research work. Then I will describe the participants and the procedure used to carry out this study. This will be followed by the main results, both quantitative and qualitative, of the empirical work carried out. Next, I will explain the conclusions, the most relevant conclusions from the study, and some pedagogical implications that can be drawn from this research work. Finally, I will refer to the most relevant references that support the work both from a theoretical and empirical point of view. I will begin with the aims of the study, the main objectives of the present research work. The first aim of this study is to contribute to clarify the issue of the relationship between conjunction density and the quality of English as a foreign language writing. Why? Because this issue remains an open one in the existing literature. The second aim of the present study is to study to which extent the use of conjunctions might associate with distinct grade EFL writers, examining if there are any differences between third year and fourth year compulsory secondary education EFL learners' writings. And finally, I intend to examine inappropriate use of individual conjunctions, incorrect uses of individual conjunctions in the participants in the study in their written compositions. With respect to the participants, I selected a total of 350 secondary education students who came from 7 different state schools located in the north of Spain. They had all started learning English at the age of 5, so their starting learning English age was 5. The whole sample was divided into 2 groups. I had a group of 4th year students made up of 189 participants and a 3rd year group that was composed of 161 students. For the present study, data come from a written composition activity rated according to the following factors: content, explicitness of ideas, coherence, syntax, and vocabulary of each composition. The analysis of the compositions for cohesion was carried out by counting conjunctions in accordance with the taxonomy of cohesive devices provided in Halliday and Hassan in their 1976 book. This taxonomy consisted of 4 categories of conjunctions in terms of semantic function. The 4 categories that we use for the analysis of the compositions for cohesion were additive, adversative, causal, and temporal. Statistical analysis was carried out with the program R Development Core Team 2012 version 2.15. This statistical analysis allowed us to obtain the following results. As you can see from the table that shows the correlation between global score and number of conjunctions, we see that conjunction density was significantly associated with the composition global score. So, there was a significant correlation between global score and the number of conjunctions in each written composition. With respect to 3rd and 4th grade students' use of conjunctions, I found a significant difference between both grades. In other words, 4th graders outperform 3rd graders in the total number of conjunctions. As we can see, if we compare the mean between 4th and 3rd graders, we can see that this is higher in the case of the 4th year group, and that difference is statistically significant. From the analysis of conjunction use in participants' written text, we observe that a total of 879 conjunctions were used in participants' essays, of which 188, that is 21.3%, were used inappropriately. Additive and causal conjunctions form the largest occurrence of use, followed by adversative and temporal conjunctions. The highest percentage of inappropriate use of conjunctions committed by the learners was in the use of adversative conjunctions, 17.1%, and additive conjunctions, 16.7%. There was an extremely limited variety of conjunctions from each category in students' writings, and the majority of conjunctions were either underused or not used at all. The highest percentage of incorrect use of additive conjunctions was in addition, in 4th and in 3rd graders' writings, and was also the most frequently used conjunction by all participants. With respect to causal conjunctions, the highest percentage of incorrect use of this type of conjunction was therefore among 4th and 3rd grade writers. With respect to the conjunction that was most frequently used in both groups, because was the most frequently used conjunction in both groups. The highest percentage of incorrect use of adversative conjunctions was, however, in 3rd graders' writings and but in 4th graders' writings. But was also the most frequently used conjunction by all participants. The highest percentage of incorrect use of temporal conjunctions was first in third and fourth graders' writings. Finally was the most frequently used conjunction in third graders' writings, and first was the most frequently used one in fourth graders' writings. The following conclusions can be drawn from the study carried out. The first one is that conjunction density and writing quality are positively related. The second one is that higher frequency EFL learners outperform lower frequency EFL learners in the ability to use conjunctions. And finally, the use of conjunctions still remains at a basic stage for students at a lower intermediate level, A2 level, according to the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, and students at an intermediate level or B1 level according to the CEFR. I will finish with some pedagogical implications that can be drawn from the study carried out. The first one is that from a pedagogical perspective, teachers of English as a second language in secondary education should place more emphasis on the use of conjunctions, teaching students a large quantity of these cohesive ties. And secondly, EFL teachers could provide students with useful exercises to make them aware of the semantic functions of conjunctions and of the differences between conjunctions located within the same grammatical category. And finally, you have here some relevant references that have been used to support both the theoretical and empirical part of the present study. I have selected, as you can see, 6 references, including well-known books like Cohesion in English by Halliday and Hassan from 1976, and more recent works related to the development and use of cohesive devices, like the one by Crossley, Kyle and McNamara from 2016, or the one by Yin from 2015 that deals with overuse, underuse or misuse of cohesive elements. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for being there, and I hope that you enjoyed this presentation and you found the topic interesting and useful. So, thank you very much.